Hey YouTube, we are back with another video. Today we've got an antique dresser. I'm not sure if you want to call this resurrection or restoration. I'll have to give you a little bit of backstory on that to explain. Okay, since that tree fell on our other place and destroyed it, we had to move out of it because it was unrepairable. So we wound up throwing away a lot of stuff. Well, we threw away my dad's dresser, which, by the way, we pretty much instantly regretted throwing that away. But it took us a few days, and then we remembered that these were in the barn. Okay, now you know why we need it, because we threw his away. Okay, about between 29 and 30 years ago, right here where we're at, right here inside this house where we're at, my grandmother had a brick house. I've heard two stories about how the fire started. One was she left tea bags on the stove and the water boiled out and dried everything up and ignited. The other story was a grease fire. I'm not sure which one, but been so long now it doesn't really matter anymore. But this dresser was saved. Well, that and several other pieces of furniture were saved out of the house, because the rooms they were in weren't actually burnt. Everything else in the house was destroyed, and we tore it down and put this double wide here. But the thing didn't come out of the fire unscathed. It's not damaged, as in like burnt to a char, crispy, or anything like that. It just had a lot of not even water damage, just soot that was in the air and got trapped in the water and landed on there from the fireman's hoses. So I've cleaned up the frame of it, which if you look, you can tell that there's a difference between the frame and the drawers. I've not done the drawers yet. I'm actually not finished with the frame. I still have to put the polyurethane on it. But see how bad those drawers look? The outside of this dresser, when I drug it out of the barn and decided to bring it back, I don't know if you say restore it or resurrect it. I don't know what the proper term would be. Anyway, when I decided to do something with it, I lost my train of thought there. But anyway, I knew I was going to have to do something with it because Pops needs a dresser. So I cleaned it up, and the outside it was actually worse than the drawer fronts, I guess, because it had flat surfaces for stuff to just sit on and soak in. But I was able to bring the top back to a really nice state. Hang on, I'll let y'all see, YouTube. Okay, YouTube. This is the inside of the top. You can see it's even got smoke and soot all over it. But with a lot of cleaning and sanding, I was able to get it to this. Other than that nail hole there, the black wouldn't come out from around it, but it is what it is. But I'd say that looked really, really good. I made a mistake there. I sanded it down and got it all nice and smooth and then I filled the holes in it where some bug had gotten on it and decided to drill tiny little holes in the wood. I don't know what bug that was or when it happened or whatnot. this thing's been in the barn since shortly after the fire, and this is actually the first time I've seen it since I was a kid, and honestly, I can't remember it that much as a kid, although I'm sure I seen it because I was in every room of my grandmother's house. But either way, I filled those holes in with, hold on, I'll show you guys what I filled it in with and how I made a mistake using it. It actually wasn't a mistake using this stuff, YouTube. I just used it at the wrong time. Okay, this is Minwax Stainable Wood Filler. It's apparently not a water-based type thing. Oh, latex formula. Okay, that's okay. That explains a lot. Anyway, I sanded it all smooth, got it nice and smooth. Then I filled the holes, and then when I went to stain it after it had dried and I'd sanded it again, those little spots there and there and there and there and there, and there's some there that you can't really see anymore, they absolutely would not take the stain. I resanded it and got it to that point, and you know, considering what this come from and what it is now, I'm happy with it. I should have filled the holes before I sanded, but you know, oh well, a mistake and I learned from it. Yeah. Okay, how did I clean all this smoke and soot off? Well, let me set this out of the way, YouTube, and I'll just show you guys how I did it. Some of you are going to get upset with me for doing it this way, but keep in mind, this thing was in a house fire, then shoved in a barn for over 30 years. Yeah, it survived all that, and some attacked by some crazy little hole drilling bug. My way of cleaning ain't gonna hurt a damn thing, and it hasn't so far, and I can't believe that it's gonna start now. And that's also part of the reason that I didn't film the cleaning process, because I knew that all my regular viewers probably wouldn't have said a thing about it. They just would have understood that was just the way it had to be done. But you know, this video will be on YouTube for years, and I would most likely get a lot of hate comments over it, you know, so I decided not to film